You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley, and we have two of my favorite people in Homerville. I got Jason Bell, he's the Director of Operations here for the Clinch County School System, and the Superintendent, Lori James. Lori, how are you doing today?
I'm good. We appreciate you having us
Yes, thank you.
on today, Alan.
Man, we appreciate y'all coming back. We spoke to y'all 2 or 3 months ago, and we were talking about a new school system for Clinch County, and I hadn't spoken to y'all in 2 or 3 months. Where are we at on that, Lori?
Yes. Well, we're getting closer and closer to the election, which is March 16th, and early voting starts on February 22nd, so that's coming up in a couple of weeks. We're getting some information out with the students this week to send home to their parents, and going to be making some social media posts. There's an advertisement about the election in the newspaper this week, and so we're starting to kind of gear up to make sure everybody's informed about the vote.
That's right.
It'll be the only thing on the ballot that day, so we want to make sure people know to get out to vote.
That's right.
On March 16th.
And that's coming up on the 16th, man. So y'all been working on that to get this out and to spread the word. Look, we need to vote here. Of course, the other thing is, why do we need a new school? That's the other question that I hear.
That's right. And so this is something, just to kind of recap what we talked about a couple of months ago. This is something we've been looking at for a few years now, really been studying it since 2017. And as our board has gone through trainings, we've asked an architect to go through our current schools to see what all's wrong with them. On the outside, when you're just riding by,
That's right.
you know, they look very nice, and they've been maintained pretty good. But once you get into the structure of some of the things in the buildings, so we got some cost estimates on what it would cost to tackle some of these projects over the next really 5 to 12 years, and they start adding up pretty quickly. Just as an example, like at our high school now, it's 40 years old. People may not realize it.
Yeah,
They still call it, like you said, the new high school.
Like the new road.
The new
Elementary
road.
school's 30 years old. That's crazy.
That's right. But the high school, when it was designed 40 years ago, you know, I'm sure they had no idea the amount of technology and things that would be in the building. And we have frequent power surges out there where it's damaging some of our equipment. And anyway, just as an example, to do a complete rewiring of the high school would cost $1.5 million to do that. And that's something that we've even had, you know, the electrical company go out there and monitor the power going in and out of the building. We've got that kind of issue going on. Another thing, a new roof at the high school would cost around $1.3 million. We've got some plumbing problems there where our pipes are lower than what they should be. They're sagging in the lines, and to redo that would be around $1.5 million.
It's 40 years old.
It's 40 years
right.
old, that's right. And so there's several things like that would be on the list that we would not be able to do all at one time, but would have to prioritize and have some projects going on over the next several years. At the elementary school, to do a complete renovation of the plumbing out there, and that's one of the things that would be one of the first things we did. Complete renovation of the plumbing would be around $2.9 million.
Good Lord.
The HVAC system out there has kind of outlived its life already, according to the Department of Education. To redo the HVAC system would be $3.2 million. And then things like door replacements and other smaller projects that when you start adding them all up gets to be pretty expensive.
And man, you're talking about at that cost, that would be on the, if we repaired them, how would that work, Lori? Would that be on the taxpayers of Clinch County to,
yes,
on the burden of that?
We would need to, what the ESPLOST that we currently have that would pay for a new school if that's approved, we would try to use ESPLOST dollars, so we would have to keep, you know, using
And that's why it
ESPLOST.
would take several years to do it, because of course
Right.
it's taking longer to get the money to do it.
Yes,
And
there's
keep in
not as
mind,
much state funding available to do renovations as there is to do new construction.
That's right. That's right.
We got 1,300 kids in both these buildings every day.
That's right.
You know, the wear and tear on that, you know, plus teachers. You know, like there's 160 doors, exterior doors. And a lot of those need to be replaced also. They're kind of rusty and that kind of thing. But the wear and tear, the everyday wear and tear on those buildings, they look good. The bricks don't wear and tear very good, but the plumbing and the under the concrete and the foundations, where over the years, you know how low it is there, it's settled, and like she was saying, the pipes, you know, there's some water that stays into that sewer line, and it would be a major deal to tear out concrete and then put the floor back, you know, and get it all fixed back up. But,
oh man, where are y'all talking about, Lori? Where would you do this project at? I mean,
Well, so we would be able to put a pre-K through 12 facility on the current high school campus, and we would be able to keep our kids where they are while construction is going on. It would not mess up daily instruction. But starting like where the current gym is now, going out around the practice field, kind of angling around where the batting facility, the greenhouse, and the tennis courts are, kind of circular around there. And then when the new school would be completely built, we would take down the current high school, the main part of that high school. But we would be able to keep the football field, keep the baseball field, keep the softball field, keep all those athletic facilities that are already there.
and that would save a pile of money just right there, saving the facility. Which people brag on our facilities when they come from other counties. you know,
Yeah.
just-
and one thing to remember, all the things like tennis court and greenhouse, all that would be replaced
And it
in a
needs
different
replacing.
location.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right. We wouldn't lose anything that we've already got. It'll be
Right.
something newer. You know?
That's right. That's right.
So,
I mean, it's actually you're changing it from a moped to a Cadillac. Basically, what you're doing. That,
Just a
I gotta
quick
break it
an
down to my
upgrade.
lingo.
Yeah.
Well, man, and you know, everybody I've spoken to, man, they're excited about it. Of course, you have some people they're worried. Well, man, my taxes are going to go up. Explain that.
This is not, what this is, we'll be asking for is a continuation of the current sales tax that's already in place. It's a two-part question that will be on the ballot. It would authorize us to continue the current sales tax and then issue bonds for up to $10 million to pay the difference between state and local funding. But that current sales tax that would pay for that $10 million that we would be issuing in bonds, it's already there. We're already collecting it.
That's right.
And so it's not a new tax, it's not an additional tax, it is just continuing what is already in place.
That's right, and that's what we're trying to get the word out. People hear the word tax,
Right.
And of course, oh man, you know, me and Mr. Allen, your daddy, but we don't, Mr. Allen. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, and that's the concern, and which is, you know, people need to be concerned, but we're getting this for no more than what it's costing now, is what you're saying.
Right. We would be able to fund this with just a continuation of the current sales tax.
That's right.
That's already in place.
That's right.
And this ESPLOST ends March 2022. And so we're just getting it ready, possibly for the next April 2022.
And how long will the ESPLOST run for each term? How does that
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So every 5 years it'll come up.
Right.
Now, once,
We're currently in a 2-year ESPLOST because when it was up for renewal last time, we wanted to make sure we had all the information like these numbers about the facility study, and we wanted to get good numbers of what a new school would cost. We wanted to be prepared before we took it to the voters. And so when that ESPLOST came up a couple of years ago, we just did a 2-year ESPLOST instead of a 5-year ESPLOST, but they're typically 5 years.
That's right.
And this would be a 5-year ESPLOST.
One key thing right at the beginning is this is no property tax.
that's right.
Right.
It's not a property tax. It's been estimated by some folks that 40% of the SPLOST dollars or collections come from out-of-town people. You know, people getting
That's right.
gas,
That's right.
even Florida hunters coming up here.
That's right.
So it's a way that property owners won't be burdened
That's
with
right.
this
That's right.
debt.
That's right.
It'll be a
well,
SPLOST.
I know when we built the new rec park, that's what we looked at. You know, you're
Right.
bringing in activities, people from Lanier, Atkinson, Lakeland, Nashville, and holding tournaments, and they're eating and buying gas,
Right.
and you know, it actually helps our taxpayers in the community.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so. But that's going to lead us to our first break. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. We'll come back.
At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll. Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
At Douglas Metal and Steel Manufacturing, we only use top quality steel and roofing. And with our on-staff custom designer, we can customize your building to best suit your needs. From large commercial, agriculture, or just a place to store your stuff. And it comes with a written 40-year warranty that we'll put in your hand. It's not just quality we stand behind, but we stand on. Call today for a free quote. Douglas Metal and Steel Manufacturing. We are steel number one.
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Carrot Collection Event Center in Pearson, Georgia is the premier event center for South Georgia and North Florida. Whether it's a quinceañera, wedding, reception, reunion, conference, concert, or other event, Carrot Collection Event Center has everything you need for that special event, including 25,000 square feet of space, a full catering kitchen, spacious restrooms, and stage. Call Chuck at 386-397-3708, Carrot Collection Event Center.
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I got Lori James and Jason Bell here with me on Creekbox, and we're talking about the Clinch County's new school system. Talking about why we need a new school. Lori, before we went to break, we were talking about the cost and how we were going to pay for it. Man, let's touch a little bit more on that. Tell us how we're going to do it. We know about the ESPLOST.
That's right. And the estimates for the new school are, it's around $49 million. Mm-hmm. And so we're eligible for a state program that's called Low Wealth Project Specific. Mm-hmm. And that is only available for the systems that rank in the bottom 25% of sales tax collections. Mm-hmm. In Clinch County, we do rank in the bottom 25% of sales tax collections, which in this case is a good thing.
That's right, that's right.
You know, this is not, it's not available for, you know, somewhere like Valdosta or Waycross. It's really just for these rural low wealth systems. Mm-hmm. And with that, they look at the number of students you have, and they look at the average cost of construction per square foot in your area. And we're in the Valdosta area. Mm-hmm. And so they put it in a formula and come up with how much you're eligible for your system to build a school. And we're eligible for around $38 million in state funds through this program. It's a program that's only been around since 2012, and so it's only 9 years old. Mm-hmm. And with that, it's not been here forever. You don't know how long it'll be there for.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And so we want to at least consider it when we've got all these projects we talked about before the break. Mm-hmm. That are on the horizon. You know, and that's really what started the conversation. We were looking at the bathroom renovations at the elementary school. That was going to cost over $1 million, you know. And so we said, okay, we've got this money available. We've got to at least consider, are we going to ask for this $38 million to build a new school, or are we going to keep putting the money in the older schools?
That's right, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And so this program, allowing us to have $38 million with the $49 million overall cost estimate, we'll be putting in around $11 million locally to an almost $50 million school.
So what you're saying is we're getting a $50 million school for $11 million, where at the beginning we were going to spend at least $11 million on the projects that we have to update a 40-year school.
Yes.
That's simple math. to me.
Yes.
Miss Edwards taught me that math.
Well, Miss Edwards was a great math
That's
teacher
right.
now.
Well,
Miss
that's right.
Edwards is
My
still a
favorite
great teacher. Yeah.
in the whole high school.
Yes,
Miss
that's
Edwards.
right.
But I mean, you know, you're going to spend $11–15 million making
The renovations.
the
yeah.
renovations, and you can get a new school, a $50 million school for $11 million. The same money you're going to spend.
And if we
The local money, yes.
Yeah.
if we
the rest will
renovated
come from
one
the state.
school and then we'd be, you know, have that one fixed up, and then we'd have to pay for it, and then one of the other buildings may be, you know, fall behind.
That's right.
But it, you know, be a pre-K through 12 school, and so it would address needs for every child all at one time. You know, it wouldn't be where if we just worked on the high school, the elementary, middle would be, you know, we'd be trying to scratch our head going, wow, we just did something here. How are we going to pay
That's
for that?
right. That's
you
right.
know, it would be like you said, a great example with buying you know, you're getting for $11 million,
That's
you're
right.
getting
That's right.
something for every child and every, you know. So
And
I
man,
think
the
it'd be-
advantages that I look at, and that I've talked to several people, of having, of course, the children all at one place now. You know, the buses they pick
Right.
up over here and they go to the high school. You know, and the number one thing, and you touched on it, you have parents, well, I don't want my kindergartner in the same school as
Right.
a 12th grader, you know, and y'all have done solved that problem.
We have talked
of
extensively with our architects about it, and I believe that this will be a totally separated school. They're actually designing a different school right now that's a good bit ahead of us, to where in that building, and I think ours will probably be even more separated than that one. You know, there's literally the principals, the principals can't get from one side to the other even.
got you.
If you're the principal of one school, you'd have to come outside the front door and go in the entrance
That's
of the
right.
other school. It's not where they can cross. You know, the teachers who have children, they can't just scoot through the hallways to get to their teacher's class from their mama's class.
That's
They're going
right.
to have to go outside. So it's going to be that separated to where it is on one campus, and it will to some people look like one building, but there will be a big, true, hard separation between the younger children and the older children. And one thing that we will be able to do with this is right now our 8th graders are with the 9-12, and we will be able to separate those 8th graders back
that is good.
into middle school to where we'll do, most likely, we can go back to traditional grade configurations where it's pre-K through 5, 6, 8, and 9-12.
That's right.
To where you don't have your 8th graders go into all the high school
How
events.
it was when I was in school.
Right.
That's
Yes.
no problem for the 8th graders.
That's right.
anymore.
That's right.
If
Yeah.
this goes.
Well, no, they used to have a
So-
middle school or junior
You can
high
have the
school
middle school
prom.
friendship fest.
Yeah.
The
That's
friendship
right.
fest, yeah. So-
But now, Jason, asking you, man,
Yeah.
this is probably going to save money in the long run by combining the two schools at one place. I mean,
Definitely. I mean, you won't have two power bills. I mean,
That's right.
the footprint of a new school would be probably equal to probably what the high school is, something like that. But it would probably be 2 levels. You'd have a 2-level school. There's a lot of savings in that. Power bill's a big one. The less concrete, you know, the air conditioner vents and duct work is what I'm
That's
trying to
right.
say.
That's right.
There's less of that. Parking, traffic would be more efficient. You know, there's been a lot of talk about the traffic
yeah.
after school.
That's
you know,
right.
This thing will be really planned out where we have several different entrances where we don't have the students leaving while parents are coming in.
That's
you know,
right.
and buses too.
That's right.
There'll be a lot of there's already been a lot of thought into that to make sure there's no crossing up and that kind of thing, because we all were young. You know how
Oh,
leaving
man,
the high
there's-
school is when you
There's
get
one road
the bell
that
ring.
I avoid right now, and that's over by the elementary school. They've been lined up.
They've
since
been lined up,
12:30.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
12:30.
But what you were saying, yeah, there's also going to be future if it passes and the new school is built, then there'll be future operational savings through.
That's what I was looking at.
because it'll only be one campus to maintain, and like you said, not just the not just there'll be one power bill instead of two, but the buildings are designed to be much more energy efficient these days.
Oh my Lord!
And the air conditioner vents, and I mean air conditioner systems with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Just when we did the new rec park, the difference in the light bills from the old facility, you know, I think we spent ballpark at about $10,000 a year, and now at the new park, just I mean with the new lights, I mean they cut it in half.
Yeah.
You know, talking AC. So I mean, I can right now every bill y'all have is times 2.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're going to combine it to 1.
Yes.
Much more efficient and
That's
safer.
right.
You know, the air
That's
quality and they run better. You know, and a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
Insulation is upgraded since we built these 30 and 40 years ago too.
Well, man, I can remember when we built the new high school. You know, we had the old heaters at the. You'd have to beat on the heater to get it working.
Yeah.
But that's going to lead us into one more break, Lori,
Okay.
and we're going to come back and finish up talking about a new school system for the Clinch County.
Why buy from the new Walker Jones Used Car Mega Center?
We'll treat you like good friends and neighbors should. That's the Walker Jones way.
Plus, a lot of our employees here at Walker Jones have been working 10, 20, even 30 years serving our community.
And we'll always get you the best price possible. At Walker Jones Mega Center, we have all makes and models.
Walker Jones Used Car Mega Center on Memorial Drive in Waycross and online at walkerjones.com.
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal. Homerville Jewelers on East Dame Avenue is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. If you're looking for that special gift for the bride and groom or that perfect gift for the new baby, look no further. We also have a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces, and can perform jewelry repair. No need to shop out of town. We can supply all of your gift and jewelry needs. Let Vicki Young and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers! Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-Go, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia. For the best pizza and wings in town any day of the week, check out Huey's One Stop in Homerville. Drop by, fuel up, and let Mr. Nick Patel and staff serve you some mouth-watering pizza and wings that you won't soon forget. Or just take that favorite pizza and box of wings home. Call 912-487-2338 to order your pizza and wings every Friday night after the game. Huey's One Stop, 193 Church Street, Homerville.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley, and we're sitting here talking about a new school for the Clinch County School System, and I have Jason Bell and Lori James with me, and we were talking about the prices and the advantages. And Jason, me and you were talking during the break, about the air duct system. Tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, through all this, the pandemic, there's been a lot of research, and I'm getting emails and offers from all kinds of folks, but the air quality in this new school would be so much better.
That's right.
Here in South Georgia, hopefully the pandemic won't be around forever, but we're all sniffing and wiping our nose all the time and
That's right.
sneezing, and the mold is an issue too. You know, in older HVAC systems, the newer designs are so much better.
That's right.
So much better. So air quality would be definitely a big deal, and in a new school.
Man, and you know, you're talking about the light bill, the safety for the kids. I mean, where can you go wrong building a new facility? And Lori, if the citizens vote this in March, what's the timeline on something like this? Actually, you know, I know we built the rec park. We're ready to play tomorrow. So what's the timeline?
Well, like you said, the election is actually on March 16th, but this is something we've been planning for about 3 years. Really probably more than that, but definitely since around 2017. We've been planning and preparing both financially and with the architect and advisors on the whole project in general. But the timeline, and again, early voting starts February 22nd.
That's right.
The actual election day is March 16th. And then if it's approved, we will probably have some designs ready by the summer that we would be able to put out there to the public, where the public could see what it's going to start looking like and give feedback on that. Our architects have already met with every single employee in the system. They'll go back and meet with every single employee again, and that'll be, they'll have that ready this summer so probably August, September, they'll be meeting back with the employees to go over, okay, here's what y'all said, this is what we've designed, what do you like about it, what do you not like about it, and then we'll have those drawings that we can show to the public as well, and get feedback on that. And then it'll take about another year, next school year really, to get all those architectural and contract documents ready for construction. And the plan would be to start construction a year from this summer, which would be summer of 2022. And it'll take almost 2 years to build and get it ready. Hopefully it would be ready by around that May, when school's getting out in May of 2024. And then we would be able to get the current building down that summer to where we would be able to start having school in the new building in August of 2024.
Man, what an exciting time that will be, you know, if we get this voted in. And man, to go back, Jason, one more time to tell everybody, you know, their number one concern, this isn't going to cost the citizens of Clinch County not one more penny.
That's right. It's a chance for Clinch County to capture some of their state taxes.
That's right.
You know, a lot of times you see roads being built and things being built in bigger cities and that kind of thing. Well, you know, if folks look at it from this standpoint, you know, it's a chance for us to recoup some of those taxes.
Well, we can see our
and
tax
have
dollars.
something
That's right.
that some of our tax dollars, you know, seeing them, being able to see it. One thing we want to really make sure that people understand: this is not a new property tax. It is a ESPLOST, and it is a renewal of the current ESPLOST that's in place. When it runs out, it's just a continuation of it.
Right.
So we'll make sure people have that pretty well under control there.
And I want to remind everybody, we're going to get a $50 million school for $11 million basically, but if you don't do it and look at it that way, we're going to spend $20-25 million at the taxpayer's expense, making
just constantly
to keep the schools going as it is now.
Renovations to the current facilities.
I mean, that's just simple math to me. I mean, I appreciate y'all taking the time, man, and looking out for the future. I mean, this is something, eventually we're going to have it. Now we have opportunity to get it at hardly no cost. No
that's
cost
right.
to the people.
This program, the Low Wealth Project Specific, is something that's definitely a really great thing for low wealth systems like ours. And it's just a huge opportunity that we need to consider while it's available.
And man, Lori, if anybody has any questions, of course, they can call y'all at the Board of Education.
Yes. I think y'all are going to put the number up there for us.
Yeah, Daniel, come on, do your job up there, baby. You've got it coming across.
Anytime anytime anybody's got questions, they can contact either one of us, and we want to answer any questions or address any concerns that anybody has. So please call the board office, talk to us. We'll be glad to talk to whoever
man,
wants to talk
and
about
I
it.
want y'all to
We
come
talk about
back.
it a lot.
You know, and maybe after the election, I can, you know, we can bring you and Jason back here on, you know, we can, after it's voted in, you know.
Well, and I want to say our responsibility is to inform the public
That's right.
and then
That's
let
right.
the public make up their mind on if they want to approve it or not. But yeah, if it's approved in March, we'll be glad to come back in the
Yeah,
summer
man.
when the plans are ready to show what it'll look like. It will be an exciting time if that happens.
Like you said, the early voting's February the 22nd.
Second.
And man, then March the 16th. I want to remind everybody, please go and vote. This is very important to the future of the children of Clinch County. And again, I want to thank Lori and Jason for taking time out of the busy school day to come here and visit with us. Man, thank y'all.
Thank you, Alan.
All right, thank y'all. We'll see you next week.
You're watching Creekbox TV.